Hey family, it's Mr. Frederick coming right back at you. Welcome another edition of the Good Word. Give me a second, guys. Let's see here. Got a good one for you today. And if you guys haven't checked out, but check out, I put those rhymes down for everyone. So, I'm a lyricist too. Mr. Frederick has a lot of talents. What can I say? But this is one of my latest that I put in here. What do I have here? It's one of my latest. Yeah, just a little taste. I believe in spreading your talents around, whether it's rapping, singing, poetry. I mean, you can see all that stuff on my channel. If you sift through the videos, you'll see a little bit of everything on there. Just because it's all expression. It's all expression, family, and you got to express yourself. Who was it that said that back in the day? Express yourself. I can't remember who made that song. It might have been Tex. It might have been a guy named Tex something. Joe Tex, I think. I'll look it up, but let me see. Who was that said that? See if that was Joe Tex. Express yourself. NWA did they sampled that song. That's where they got it from, though. I want to say it was. I'm gonna see how good my music. I have really good music knowledge and history in general. But let me see if it was Joe Tex. Is it Joe Tex? Who made that song? Express yourself. Singer. It's on my mind. Original. Oh, Charles Wright and the Watts 103rd Street. I would have lost that. But it's okay. Happy Juneteenth, everyone. Happy Juneteenth. Oh my goodness. Amen. It's a national holiday. You are off today. We can sit back and listen to me. Happy Juneteenth, everyone. Whether you I guess you say, I think everyone can understand the holiday. Some people have different opinions on it. They should have been freed, and it's a celebration of some derogatory or some negative treatment. And hey, listen, I look at it like this, okay? There's been so little done to acknowledge with so much atrocities that have been done. So any acknowledgement or respect given to my ancestors, I take it. Because guess what? You need to get that and some. So some people look at it as a negative, and that's their, that's whatever floats your boat. Okay, but for me, that's just a drop of water compared to the oceans of reciprocity that is due. And I'm going to leave it at that. Amen. Okay, guys. But what I do want to talk about today's good word is I'm going to talk about be careful what and who you care about. Okay? And it's a reason I say that. You have to really be careful of what and who you care about. And one reason is so many people, especially if you are an individual who has a good heart in particular, if you have a good heart, hold on guys, give me a second. Yeah, so if you have a good heart, you're a good person, you want to love people, you have a conscience, you have all of these good characteristics that are really good for humanity. They're really good to just be a part of the collective consciousness of the world. It's wonderful. But however, now some people call it chosen. Like I said, some people's, I like to say light bearer. I think it's people that bear a light and they are right. So it's the same thing, though. It's really the same thing, whether you use star, what's the other term I hear? What do they call it? Starlight, maybe something like that. I can't even remember all the different names, but it's pretty much a person who resonates all of these attributes that have a high protection, high connection with the Most High. And when you have that kind of spirit, okay, the universe is so funny because it's polarizing, okay? What's up is perceived as down, what's down is perceived as up in the world. And the Bible speaks of that, individuals that are of the world, they are rewarded in the world, but not in the spirit. It says harder for a rich man to get in heaven than than going through a needle hole, okay? And that's true, Typically, a lot of times people do things of the world or you do things of the spirit. I mean, I believe you can be rewarded to an extent in both. But yes, I agree. When you walk with the spirit, you will be mistreated, especially if you are one of the selected individuals that God has set aside because of your spirit, okay? Because of your heart, primarily. You have a good heart. And man will turn against you. I mean, man, family, it even says your enemies will be, you're right in your household, your biggest enemies, people you love, people you would have sacrificed everything for, could care nothing about you. It's such a flip. It can really play on your mind because if you're not strong and if you're not in the Word, if you don't go deep into the Word and sees that Jesus clearly says you got to be able to hate your mother, your sister, your brother, everybody before me, or you're not worthy to get into the kingdom, and that is true. Because all of these people will turn on you, family. All these people will treat you like you ain't nothing. And you'll be lost in the sauce trying to figure out why and trying to explain and make excuses for years. And you get mistreated and you're like, what is going on? It don't even make sense. I helped you. I helped you get where you at. They don't care because they get that demonic spirit in them. And sometimes it comes from if it's your kids, it comes from the other parents. The other parent's mad because the kids has to learn the same thing that you taught the parent. Because people take kindness for weakness. People take the good heart of your good heart and they think you're a sucker, you're stupid, you're scared of them, or all this silly stuff. Like, you ain't scared of them. It's crazy. But they take it, they take it as a weakness of yours. And they don't understand that people that are like me, I could love you, I could leave you alone. I could literally, when I see you don't care nothing about me, I have the ability to completely detach from you. I don't want nothing to happen to you. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to say I'm a barbaric. I don't want any harm to come to you. But honestly, you are not on my radar. Bye. Keep it moving. You don't care about me. What in the world I'm going to care about you for? Do your thing. You show me you don't respect me. You don't have no... Man, please. And so the other parent, they already know that. They know that about you. But now they pass that spirit on to that kid. Just by being around them. Not giving you your respect, not giving you, trying to play you down and all that. And they know that you gave them opportunities to be a good person, but they couldn't show up and be decent. So now they mad at you. So I'm going to transfer it to the kid. I mean, it's so silly because reality is you get very few people in this world that care anything about you. So when you got a parent that does and care about you, it's insane to be, oh, I'm going to take on mama's burden. It's so stupid. It's dumb, actually. It's like, that's your mother's issue with him. That has nothing to do with you. He got away from the mother because obviously she showed him something that he didn't want to be around. And unfortunately, and I went through it too because, typically you pick what you grew up with. So if you grew up with somebody who has a distorted reality and maybe didn't instill the right things into you, not saying, my father was the best in the world, but who is? But the mother ain't the best neither. So the thing is you should raise your children to stay out of that stuff. They have nothing to do with that. But someone who is mentally ill or someone who is just downright not a good person, they're going to try to put that And a lot of mothers do this. I mean, I don't, the fathers might do it too, but sometimes the fathers, it's reactionary. Because men generally are not like that. Men are like, hey, I don't deal with her, but you know, that's your mother. That's what I see mostly from men. What I see a lot of women, and I got to call it, I see it. You know, I don't pull no punches. I don't care. You can unsubscribe from me or please be my guest. I speak my mind. I tell it like I see it. But a lot of women out here are bitter and angry, and they pass that evil spirit on to their kids, males, and the males and the girls, the daughters and the sons, and they need their dads, especially in the black community. You know, you need your dad, but you so salty because you misread a good-hearted person and thought he was a sucker, but he wasn't a sucker. He was somebody who demanded his respect, and when you show to be, you know, not that good of a person, he got away from you, but he still loves his kid. But he will leave that kid alone too. Facts. He will leave that kid alone just as fast as he left you alone, because he's not going to take disrespect from no one. So you can't ask for a strong man and piecemeal him. You can't breadcrumb him. You can't dissect him. Let me just take his ability to be a worker and get what I can get from him, and make him a baby daddy and make him like this and make him be quiet and not speak his mind, but I still want him to be smart. I still want to be strong. It's so silly. You can't dissect people like that. If you get a strong man in your life, understand that man's going to be strong till he has his last breath, whether you around him or not. He's going to be strong. Don't think that because he's a loving man, he's scared to leave his kid alone. He's not going to let that kid not treat him right. It's so dumb. It's like they know that, but they think they're punishing you, but they're not. You are not going to tolerate mistreatment and devaluation from anyone, whether it's your kid, whether it's your brother, your mother. You ain't taking it from no one. But again, you got to teach people how to treat you, you know, because honestly, it's hard to say, but a soft butt make what does it say? A hard head make a soft behind. But yeah, so a lot of times you have to understand, be careful who you care about. Everybody don't deserve you caring about them, honestly. Another thing I'm going to say is a lot of times God will remove you from these people that don't deserve your interest or your nothing. They don't deserve to be around you at all. They think, because a lot of times if a person just wants to see you as a resource, what they can extract from you, that's not a person that loves you or cares about you or deserves for you to be around. And when you one of God's selected ones, you certainly ain't going to take. God going to remove them from you. God's not going to let you be around anyone who's going to play you small or whatever. I don't care. You could be by yourself. You don't care. But they think, they misread your heart. Some people, I call it dumb people, they misread you. They literally think because you're kind, and you give people the benefit of doubt, they think you're stupid or they think you don't love yourself. No, the kindness and the ability to love others is an expression of how you feel about you. So only a fool wouldn't understand that. You're only going to give people but so many chances, okay, before you like, leave me alone, champ. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to breadcrumb love to me. You're not going to half-step me. I'm just going to leave you alone. And, I could be on my own. Or I could find, I'll attract what is supposed to be for me. And it's just what it is. You're not going to be mistreated if you value yourself. It's not going to happen. A lot of demonic entities get in that way. And like I said, that's why you got to keep your vibration high, family. You have to be able to have a high vibration in this world if you want to get the fake people, the demonic people away from you. Because when you are feeling low, that's when they can get in. That low vibration, because now you're in that state of, I'm not feeling good about myself. Or even, not just that, sometimes even if you're feeling good, but you're mistaking that positive feeling that you are in, that positive state for giving mercy. Like you might be like, let me just say hi, or listen. This is what these demons prey on. They prey on, again, your good heart. You giving them 1 inch. The devil only needs a crack in the door to get in. That's all. And it took me years, almost 50 years to understand this. Because I'd be like, well, it's not that bad. But no, family, it is that bad. If someone doesn't appreciate you, that's not godlike. That's definitely a situation where you have to look at those situations and you have to evaluate them as they are. You cannot, what's the best way to put it? You cannot, you can't overlook those things. You have to really evaluate them for your mental health, for your heart health, for all your health. You can't overlook them things. You have to acknowledge them. You can't put your head in the sand like an ostrich and be like, I'm not going to pay attention to that. You have to. It's imperative that you do, family. Okay? And a lot of times, what you will find is God shows you what and who these individuals are. He shows you who these individuals are before he blesses you. He has to expose them because he doesn't want you to be mistreated. He's not going to let them get blessed around you. So he removes these enemies and then he'll bless you. Okay? Because he knows best for you. Understand, you don't want to, also, he wants to make you strong in the word. So you don't want to depend on external forces and energies, okay, before you do God. So God's a selfish God. He's like, listen, you can't serve both of us. You're either going to serve me or man. And so that's another reason why God will remove these individuals, and you have to be careful about caring about the wrong people. It could literally be your life. Your sympathy, your good heart, quote unquote, you're giving people chances, you're giving people benefit of doubt can be the last thing you do. I mean, you see countless stories of that. You know, you people who've already crossed you, already shown a disregard for your existence, and somebody's good heart trying to be a good person. See, good is relative, okay? And you take that chance with an individual, and now, boom, what do you see? They got an opening. The attack is on because you allowed it. You gave permission by getting around this person, forgiving them, and they showing you over and over and over and over again, hey, I'm going to take advantage of you. I'm going to get, once I get in, I'll come faking with a fake story. I don't care if somebody passed away, something like that. That's how they get in. Like, you're feeling down, you're emotional, you might need some support. Don't go to them. If you couldn't go to them before the funeral, don't go to them during the tragedy. They're off limits at all times because they've shown, especially in a time of need, when you need them the most, they've shown they can't be trusted. They've shown they'll take that same time when you're vulnerable, just a shark in water. You're like blood in water, and they come and attack you. And once you show me, you can forget it. You can bye, champ. I'm good because I see what you do when I'm weak, and then when I get my strength up, I got a memory like an elephant. I got a memory like an elephant. Thank God for that. I ain't going to forget what you did. So, yeah, and people say, oh, forgive. No. Listen, you forgive when the person when you feel right. Don't tell nobody, let no one tell you when to forgive someone. You forgive when you feel it in your heart. When you don't feel it in your heart, you keep it real with yourself. One person you can never lie to is yourself. Okay, now, of course, you don't harbor it forever. But don't fake it. Don't fake the funk. If it ain't there, it ain't there. You just, and maybe it's not there because God wants to remind you that person is dangerous. Because he knows your heart. He made you. And he doesn't want you to get opened up again. Just to be cut again. Pour salt on the wound again. You know how that hurts? When someone gets you one time, yes, it's disappointing. Oh, man, you got me. I can't believe you did that to me. I really needed you. Now imagine you come, let me give them another chance, and they do it again. Imagine how that feels. That'll just tear you apart. Like, wow, I knew you showed me what you were, and I opened up and you did it again. This is what the mistake that people make. They let these evil people use your good heart against you. Understand, God didn't give you that good heart to be mistreated or abused. That's why you have to watch who you care about. I used to look at some people and I'd be like, man, this guy's cold. Or this woman's cold. That's your brother. That's your whatever. How can you do that? How can you not speak to them? How can you? Oh, I don't do that no more. I know exactly how. You could do it because you're protecting yourself. That person has shown you that they're not worthy of that love. They're not worthy. Or if you do love them, you got to love them from a distance. They're dangerous. I mean, you got Menendez brothers. You got all sorts of cases where someone was a kid, someone was a spouse, someone was most of these unalivings, it's people that knew you very close. It's people that you where they're giving the shirt off your back for. And they do it because they have access. And the demon has access to get to you through them. I don't care about no excuses, just like I was saying in my other video. If you guys check that one out, what did I title that video as? I think it was just my last video. It might have been closed when the doors close. I think it says when the doors close. Oh yeah, they're worried about you exposing them when the doors close. Listen, I'm gonna tell you, I've given people numerous chances in my life. Every time I've gotten burnt. Every time I gave someone that I knew was a bad person, shown me to be a bad person, and I don't care who you are, what's your relation to me, I don't care about that. What's your spirit look like? In the spirit, you ain't related to me at all. You're related to Lucifer. I tell it like it is. In the spirit, you're not related to me. I had no choice of who, I had no choice of what spirit is coming into that body that happens to be, we happen to be blood related. That don't mean you have my spirit. And if you don't have my spirit, we not family. So, you keep it moving. And all you got to do is, like Maya Angelou said, if a person show you who they are, believe them. And it's not about being angry. It's about being real. You have to be real with yourself. You cannot gaslight yourself. And the one thing that these demonic, evil family members do is if they see you have a good heart, even when you're young, it could be your parent. I mean, those are the famous ones. They know what kid has a good heart, is forgiving. Those are the ones they take advantage of the most because they feel like they can gaslight them. But what you got to realize is God's going to expose them too, to that kid, because that kid's going to grow up and realize this person just been gaslighting me my whole life. And then they'll be judged by their actions and they're excluded. And so every time you reach out or try to be kind because you do love them, you don't want nothing to happen to them. And you in your mind, you're like, this person's supposed to be this, but that's not what they were. And if they weren't, you got to be honest with that. And you got to treat them as such, because every time you're kind and say, hey, look, see, this person still is cool with me. No, they're not cool with you. They're just caught in they just have a good heart, and sometimes they might slip up and forget who you are. That's all it is. They don't mess with you, and they don't. It's just that they're still a good person. So that's never going to be easy for someone. But they know exactly who you are. They don't deal with you. You know daggone well that you had what you've shown them. And they had a whole lifetime to figure out who you were. So don't let all of that, I'm your parent and all that stuff get to you. Like I said, every now and then it might mess with you and you might forget. But they're going to remind you, trust me, who they are. They're going to talk about you behind your back to your kids or to anybody. They're going to lie. They're going to gaslight. And honestly, they're doing enough gaslighting for you, so you don't gaslight yourself, family. Be careful who you care about. Telling you, it could be your warning. These people will set you up. These people will lie. They'll have you in prison with lies. They'll have you in prison because they don't want to be exposed about how bad they are as a person. They care more about their reputation than they do about you. Trust me. So, it doesn't matter who it is, it's very important. You can't make someone love you, family. Some people just don't have the capacity to love. Simple as that. They don't have it. And you can't make excuses for people. Making excuses is trust me. Don't make no excuses. If they dishonor you, they dishonor you. It's simple as that. Make an excuse. And see, that's when you look at why they do what they do. Oh, you start making excuses for them. That's why I think I quoted the guy. He said he was in prison. And he said, yeah, I learned, the guy told me, forget the why, concentrate on the what they did. That's very true, family. If you go into the why, you start making excuses for people. Oh, they had a bad childhood too. No, that's no excuse. No excuse, man. Don't gaslight yourself, because I'm telling you, if you had narcissistic, sociopath, lying, evil parents, I'm going to tell you, you probably going to grow up with the ability to gaslight yourself, because if they were abusive, neglectful towards you, just downright just not good people, what'll happen is you'll get in a habit of, because you a child, you can't get away from people like that, so you will get in the habit of gaslighting yourself, and they do it as well. So now, when you grow up, you're raised under that. all your life. So you're going to gaslight, you're going to be dating people, and you find yourself, you see this person's bad. You see they up to no good. So now you'll stay in situations like that. And only by the grace of God that you survive it. Because when you're around bad people, bad things are going to happen to you. Because you're around bad people. And God gave me the grace and the mercy and the protection to be able to help other people that are like me. Because He knows that everybody doesn't have the courage that I have. Everybody's not at the level that I'm at to where I can express this. At one point, I wasn't. So God doesn't make any mistakes. He allows certain individuals that He know can carry that torch. They can carry that light. They have a good heart, but they also are very strong. They're very strong, and they put God first. They don't put man first. So I don't care if nobody think about me. I don't care about you. And you could think what you want. You could subscribe, unsubscribe. You could call me. You could say happy birthday. You could say happy Father's Day. I don't give a damn. And anybody that know me know I'm telling nothing but the truth. Because when you know who you are, ain't nothing like it. When you know who you are, people can't gaslight you. They can't lie to you. They can't get away with schemes. They can't come and, play games with you. They can't. There's no more stories. Because, see, the good thing about when you do have a good heart, you've already shown them that good heart. You've already seen where it gets you. It gets you used and abused if you around the wrong people. Only way a good heart really helps you in life, in this world, is if you're around people with that heart as well. But when you have a good heart and you're not around people that's the same, all it does is get you mistreated. So if God allows you to make it through those situations, it's not by happenstance. It's not by coincidence. He allowed you so you could tell other people like you that it gives the shirt off their back to individuals that will throw you under the bus and lie on you any second just for their reputation. He knows that you is somebody out there. It might be one person, but it's way a lot more than one. But you could light the spark, okay, to inform others. That's why I'm a life coach. That's why I speak the way I do. I've always been outspoken. I was just selective with who I would share and what I would share with individuals. But it's some very dangerous individuals in this world. But they don't understand you can't beat God. All your schemes, your lies, all the things you come up with, any sneaky behavior, any underhanded, it's all going to be brought to light and destroyed. And you're going to get triple fold punishment. You're going to get 10 times come back to you from God just because of who you are. So you can't avoid the judgment. We all got to pay that, And so what they'll do, they'll try to throw up your shortcomings and say, well, look what you. No, they don't have nothing to do with what you've done. Deal with that. Don't just try to flip it. So watch people that project. You definitely don't want to marry people, whether it's a husband, wife. You don't want to marry people like that. I'm telling you, because honestly, if you're not with that mate, the kids, they're going to spread all of that stuff down to the kids. And, it is what it is, but you got to protect yourself. Keep these people away from you. If they don't show that they care about you, leave them alone. Honestly, they're not good for your heart. They're not good for your nothing. I mean, they're really not. Because all that does is that's wasted energy that you could be given to individuals that will appreciate it and reciprocate it. I mean, any individual that has any knowledge about just life will tell you this, okay? So it's very important, family. Very important. You have to be, the more special your spirit is, the more special your heart is, you have to protect it. And you cannot expose it to individuals that just don't care about it. All right, family. Next time.